I'm about to tell you the three things that, if you give them away, will guarantee you stay poor for the rest of your life. And I guarantee you've already given away at least two of them this week without even realizing it. My name is Rabbi Solomon, and I've spent 40 years studying why some people escape poverty, while others stay trapped in it generation after generation. And what I discovered in the ancient Jewish texts will shock you. Your poverty isn't about how much you earn, it's about what you're unconsciously giving away. Right now, as you watch this video, you're probably giving away the second thing on my list, and if you don't stop immediately, you'll never, and I mean never, accumulate wealth. The Talmud is crystal clear about this. He who guards these three things guards his prosperity. He who gives them away bleeds his fortune dry. In Minute 14, I'm going to reveal the third thing, the one that 90% of people give away multiple times per day. This is the most dangerous one because it doesn't feel like you're giving anything away. It feels normal. It feels harmless. But it's silently destroying your financial future. And here's what's critical. Once you give these things away, you can't get them back. They're gone forever, and with them goes your chance at wealth. But if you stop giving them away, starting today, right now, your financial situation will begin to reverse within 72 hours. I've seen this transformation happen hundreds of times. People who were broke for decades suddenly start accumulating money the moment they stop giving away these three things. This isn't motivational speech. This is ancient Jewish wisdom that has protected wealth for 3,000 years. Stay with me until the end, because I'm also going to tell you what you should give away instead. The secret Jewish practice of strategic giving that multiplies your wealth instead of depleting it. I learned about these three things from my grandfather when I was 19 years old, right before I was about to make the biggest financial mistake of my life. I had saved $5,000 working 2 jobs through high school and my first year of college. I was so proud of that money. It was the most I'd ever had. My friend came to me with a business idea. He wanted to open a food truck, and he needed partners. He promised we'd all be rich within a year. I was about to give him my entire $5,000. I was literally writing the check when my grandfather walked into the room. He looked at what I was doing and his face went pale. He grabbed my hand, not roughly but firmly, and said, "Solomon, stop. If you give this away, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Not because the business will fail, though it will, but because you're about to give away something you can never get back." I didn't understand. I said, "Zaid, it's just money. I can make more money." He sat me down and opened a worn copy of the Talmud to a page he'd marked years before. He said, "The rabbis teach that there are 3 things a man must never give away carelessly. These 3 things are the foundation of all prosperity. Guard them, and you'll always have enough. Give them away, and you'll always struggle." Then he taught me what those 3 things were. He explained each one in detail, why it matters, how people give it away without realizing it, and what happens when you protect it instead. I didn't give my friend the money. He was angry. He called me selfish. The friendship ended. But within 6 months, his food truck business had failed, just as my grandfather predicted. Everyone who invested lost everything. Meanwhile, I kept my $5,000 and followed the principles my grandfather taught me about what to never give away. Within 1 year, that $5,000 had grown to $18,000 through opportunities I would have missed if I'd given the money to my friend. That's when I understood. My grandfather wasn't just saving me $5,000. He was teaching me the fundamental principle that separates the wealthy from the poor. The Talmud says, "Who is rich? He who is content with his portion." But there's a deeper teaching underneath. Who stays poor? He who gives away his portion to others before he has secured his own. This doesn't mean be selfish. It means protect your foundation first. You can't help anyone if you're drowning yourself. I've counseled thousands of people over the past 4 decades. And in every single case where someone was stuck in poverty, I found the same pattern. They were giving away at least two of these three things without even knowing it. The moment they stopped, their finances began to turn around. It's not magic, it's spiritual law. Now, before I reveal what these three things are, I need you to make a commitment. If you're serious about breaking out of poverty, write in the comments, "I protect my prosperity starting now." This declaration activates your intention. Do it now. Let me tell you what your life looks like right now. You work hard. You're not lazy. You're not irresponsible. But somehow, no matter how much money comes in, it goes right back out. You never get ahead. You never accumulate. You never build anything that lasts. You help everyone else. You lend money to family members who never pay you back. You cover the bill when friends forget their wallets. You give your time to people who don't appreciate it. You say yes when you should say no because you don't want to seem selfish. And you're exhausted. You're tired of being the person everyone comes to when they need something, but no one's there when you need help. You're tired of being generous and getting nothing in return. You're tired of being broke while watching less generous people prosper. Here's what's happening. You're operating from a poverty consciousness that says, if I give, I'll receive. But you're giving the wrong things. You're giving away your foundation while expecting the universe to build you a house. It doesn't work that way. The brutal truth, generous poor people stay poor. Not because generosity is bad, but because they're generous with the wrong things at the wrong time. I see this pattern constantly. The single mother who gives her last $20 to a friend instead of feeding her own children because she has faith God will provide. And then she's broke and her kids are hungry. The man who works overtime to lend money to his brother for the 5th time while his own bills go unpaid. The woman who volunteers 20 hours a week for free while her own business is failing. These people think they're being spiritual. They think they're being good, but they're violating a fundamental law that the Talmud makes clear. Your own survival comes before charity. Your own household comes before the community. Your own foundation comes before helping others build theirs. This isn't selfishness. This is wisdom. You've been taught lies. Give until it hurts. Put others first always. Money doesn't matter. Generosity always comes back to you. Every single one of those statements is incomplete at best, dangerous at worst. The truth is, strategic giving multiplies wealth. Indiscriminate giving depletes wealth. And there are 3 specific things you must never give away if you want to escape poverty. Here's the universal principle from Kabbalah. There are vessels, and there is light. The light is abundance, money, opportunity, blessing. The vessels are what hold that abundance. If your vessels are cracked, leaking, or missing entirely, it doesn't matter how much light flows to you. It will all leak out. These 3 things I'm about to reveal are your vessels. When you give them away, you're creating holes in your vessels. And no matter how much abundance flows to you, it will drain right back out through those holes. When I first understood this, I was angry. I felt like I'd been lied to my whole life. I'd been taught that giving everything away made you holy, made you blessed. But I looked around at the holy people I knew. They were all broke. Meanwhile, the people who protected these 3 things were prosperous. That's when I realized the universe doesn't reward poverty consciousness. The universe rewards those who understand the laws of prosperity and live by them. I've witnessed this principle transform lives. A woman who stopped giving away thing number 1 and within 30 days received a $10,000 contract. A man who stopped giving away thing number 2 and within 60 days got promoted with a $25,000 raise. A couple who stopped giving away thing number 3 and within 90 days paid off $30,000 in debt. In every case, they followed the wisdom I'm about to share with you. They protected what needed to be protected, and prosperity followed. Now I'm going to reveal the 3 things you must never give away if you want to escape poverty and build lasting wealth. These come directly from Talmudic teachings about prosperity, specifically from the tractate Bava Metzia, which deals with financial transactions and wealth preservation. The rabbis who wrote these teachings observed patterns over centuries. They saw who prospered and who struggled, and they identified the common threads. What they discovered is this: poverty isn't random. It's the result of specific behaviors, specific violations of spiritual law. And the 3 most common violations all involve giving away things that should be fiercely protected. Here's what you need to understand before I reveal what these 3 things are. This teaching will make some people uncomfortable. It will challenge what you've been told about generosity, about being a good person, about helping others. But here's what I know after 40 years of studying this. The people who are most uncomfortable with these teachings are usually the ones who most need to hear them, because they're the ones who've been giving everything away and wondering why they're still broke. The Talmud teaches, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I am only for myself, what am I? This is the balance. You must secure your own foundation first. But once it's secure, then you give generously to build others up. Most people get this backwards. They try to build others up while their own foundation is crumbling, and everyone falls. These 3 things I'm about to reveal aren't physical objects you can hold. They're more valuable than physical objects because they're the sources of all wealth. They're the springs from which money flows. When you give them away, you're not just losing something temporary. You're cutting off your source. You're blocking your own flow. And until you stop, no amount of hard work, no amount of prayer, no amount of positive thinking will make you wealthy. But when you protect these 3 things, when you guard them fiercely, when you refuse to give them away no matter how much pressure you feel, something shifts. The flow begins. Opportunities appear. Money starts accumulating instead of disappearing. This is the difference between people who work hard and stay poor versus people who work hard and become wealthy. It's not the effort, it's what they protect versus what they give away. Are you ready? Pay close attention because I'm about to reveal each of the 3 things, why people give them away, how to stop, and what happens when you protect them instead. Thing number 1, your time without equal exchange. This is the most common thing people give away, and it's destroying your financial future. Every time you work for free, every time you help someone without compensation, every time you give your time and expertise without receiving fair value in return, you're telling the universe that your time has no value, and the universe believes you. So it sends you opportunities that match that belief. Low-paying jobs, people who take advantage of you, situations where you work hard and get nothing. Let me be crystal clear. I'm not saying never help anyone. I'm saying never give your time away for free to people who can afford to pay you, but choose not to. The Talmud is explicit about this. A worker is worthy of his wages. When you work without wages, you violate this law, and the consequence is poverty. Here's how people give away their time without realizing it. Doing professional work for exposure or experience when you already have skills. Working overtime without pay because you want to be a team player. Constantly helping friends with their businesses for free while your own business suffers. Teaching, consulting, or advising without charging because you feel guilty asking for money. Every hour you give away for free is an hour you could have spent either earning money, building your own wealth, resting so you have energy to earn, or giving to people who truly can't pay, which is actual charity, not being taken advantage of. My grandfather told me, if someone has money but won't pay you, they don't value you. If someone has no money but offers you something else of value, they honor you. Learn the difference. Here's what changes when you stop giving away your time. Within 7 days, you'll have more energy because you're not depleted by uncompensated work. Within 14 days, people will start offering to pay you because you've signaled that your time has value. Within 30 days, your income will increase because you're only doing paid work or strategic unpaid work. True charity. How to protect your time. 1. Set a clear hourly rate for your professional expertise. Even if you're not normally paid hourly, know what your time is worth too. When someone asks for your help, ask, is this a paid consultation, or are you asking for charity? This question clarifies the relationship immediately. 3. For friends and family, offer a friendship rate that's discounted but not free. This honors both the relationship and your value. 4. Say no without explanation. I'm not available for that is a complete sentence. 5. Schedule your giving. Choose specific times for charity/volunteer work. Outside those times, everything is compensated. The Talmud teaches, the poor of your city come before the poor of another city. Applied here, your own financial health comes before helping others with theirs. Thing number 2, your money to people who won't repay. This is the second leak in your vessel, and it's draining your wealth faster than you realize. Every dollar you lend to people who have no intention or ability to pay you back is a dollar you'll never see again. And it's worse than just losing the dollar. You're training the universe that you're okay with loss, that you're okay with being taken advantage of. So the universe sends you more situations where you lose money. The Talmud has an entire section on lending and borrowing. The key teaching: a loan to someone who cannot repay is not a loan, it's a gift. And if you meant it as a loan, but the other person treats it as a gift, you've been stolen from. This is crucial. If you want to give someone money, give it as a gift with no expectation of return. But if you lend it, you must expect repayment. And if someone has a pattern of not repaying, you must stop lending to them. Here's how people give away their money without realizing it. Lending to family members who have borrowed before and never paid back. Covering bills for friends who promise to pay you next week, but never do. Investing in other people's businesses or ideas when you haven't secured your own financial foundation. Co-signing loans for people who aren't responsible with money. Every time you do this, you're not being generous, you're being foolish. And the Talmud says, the world does not reward foolishness. My grandfather told me, lend money only to 3 types of people: those who have collateral, those who have character, or those who are in true emergency, and you consider it charity. Everyone else is a leak in your vessel. Here's what changes when you stop giving away your money to people who won't repay. Within 7 days, you'll notice you have more money in your account because you're not constantly covering other people's expenses. Within 14 days, certain people will stop contacting you. These are the users, and their absence is a blessing. Within 30 days, you'll have accumulated savings for the first time in months or years. How to protect your money. 1. Before lending, ask yourself, if this person never pays me back, will I be okay financially and emotionally? If the answer is no, don't lend too. For family, create a one-time gift limit, maybe $100 or $500 depending on your situation. Beyond that, the answer is no. 3. When someone asks to borrow, offer help in another form, advice, connections, resources, but not cash for. Keep a written record of all loans. If someone won't sign a simple IOU, they're planning not to pay you back 5. Practice saying, I don't lend money to friends/family because I value the relationship more than money, but I can help you in other ways. The Talmud teaches, better a small gift freely given than a large loan that creates resentment. Thing number 3, your attention to negativity and drama. This is the most subtle and most dangerous thing people give away, and it's the main reason why hard-working people stay poor. Your attention is your most valuable resource because it determines what you attract into your life. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and energy is what manifests into physical reality, including money. Every minute you spend focused on drama, gossip, negativity, other people's problems, news that makes you anxious, or social media that makes you feel inadequate, You're giving away your attention to things that generate poverty consciousness, and poverty consciousness attracts poverty. The Talmud says, worry is a sin because it shows lack of faith in God's provision. But it's not just about faith, it's about frequency. Worry, drama, and negativity vibrate at the frequency of lack. And the universe sends you more lack to match that frequency. Here's how people give away their attention without realizing it. Scrolling social media for hours, comparing themselves to others, watching news constantly and absorbing fear about the economy, getting involved in family drama that doesn't concern them, gossiping about other people's problems instead of solving their own, complaining about their situation instead of changing it. Every hour spent in negativity is an hour not spent on learning skills that increase your income, building relationships with successful people, creating opportunities for yourself, resting and restoring your energy, or focusing on gratitude, which attracts more abundance. My grandfather told me, a poor man thinks about his problems all day. A rich man thinks about solutions and opportunities. Your attention determines which one you become. Here's what changes when you stop giving away your attention to negativity. Within 3 days, you'll feel lighter, more energized, more hopeful. Within 7 days, you'll notice opportunities you were missing before because your mind is clear. Within 21 days, your entire life will start shifting because you're vibrating at a different frequency. How to protect your attention. 1. Implement a negativity fast. No news, no gossip, no complaint conversations for 7 days. Watch what happens. 2. Unfollow or mute social media accounts that make you feel inadequate or anxious. Follow accounts that educate and inspire. 3. When someone tries to drag you into drama, say, I'm focusing on solutions, not problems. How can I help you solve this? Most will leave you alone. 4. Set boundaries with negative people. I love you, but I can't engage in this conversation. Let's talk about something else. 5. Redirect your attention intentionally. 10 minutes of gratitude daily. 20 minutes learning something valuable. 30 minutes on income-generating activities. The Talmud teaches, as a man thinks, so he becomes. Guard your thoughts. Guard your attention. They're creating your future. Now that you know what never to give away, let me tell you what you should give away, because strategic giving is what multiplies wealth. The Jewish principle of tzedakah is not about giving everything away. It's about giving the right things to the right people at the right time in the right way. Here's what wealthy Jews give away that makes them wealthier. 1. Give 10% of your income after you've secured your foundation, not before, not when you're broke. After you have your bills paid, your emergency fund started, your basic needs met. Then you give 10%, and that 10% comes back multiplied. The Talmud promises, tithe so that you may become rich. But this only works when you're tithing from surplus, not from lack. 2. Give knowledge and wisdom freely to those who will use it, not your time, but your knowledge. Write it down, record it, share it in ways that don't drain you. Teach people to fish, don't fish for them forever. 3. Give to people who cannot possibly pay you back, the truly poor, the sick, the elderly, orphans. This is pure charity with no expectation, and it creates spiritual merit that the universe rewards. But never confuse someone who won't pay you back with someone who can't. One is a user, the other deserves your help. I've lived by these principles for 30 years, since my grandfather taught me, and I've watched my wealth grow steadily, while I've also been able to genuinely help thousands of people. But it only worked because I stopped giving away my time, my money, and my attention to people and situations that drained me. Once I plugged those 3 leaks, the vessel filled. Here's why this matters right now. You're probably giving away at least 2 of these 3 things regularly. And every day you continue, you're pushing wealth further away. But today can be the day you stop. Today can be the day you start protecting what needs to be protected. And 72 hours from now, you'll see the first signs of change. Let me summarize the three things you must never give away. 1. Your time without equal exchange. Stop working for free for people who can pay you. 2. Your money to people who won't repay. Stop lending to those with a pattern of not paying back. 3. Your attention to negativity and drama. Stop feeding your mind with poison that creates poverty consciousness. These 3 leaks are why you're broke. Not because you don't work hard, not because you're unlucky, because you're unconsciously bleeding your prosperity through these 3 holes. But now you know. And knowing means you have no more excuses. You're not selfish for protecting these 3 things. You're wise. You're honoring the spiritual laws that govern prosperity. You're securing your own oxygen mask first, so you can actually help others. The Talmud teaches, your life comes before your neighbor's life, not because you matter more, but because a drowned person cannot save anyone. You have a choice starting right now, this moment. You can continue giving away your time, money, and attention to people and situations that drain you. You can continue being generous in ways that keep you poor. You can continue breaking these spiritual laws and wondering why you never get ahead. Or you can stop right now, today. You can protect your time. You can protect your money. You can protect your attention. And you can watch as your financial situation begins to transform within 72 hours. I know which choice you're going to make because you're still watching. You're someone who wants truth more than comfort. You're someone ready to change. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I share ancient Jewish wisdom about money every week, teachings that challenge conventional advice, teachings that actually work. Leave a comment right now. Write, I protect my time, money, and attention starting today. Make this declaration public. It creates accountability. Share this video with someone who's stuck in poverty despite working hard. They need to hear this. You might change their entire life trajectory. Hit the like button to help this message reach people who've been lied to about generosity and poverty. Let me close with the same warning my grandfather gave me. Solomon, the world will call you selfish when you protect these 3 things. Let them. Because in 5 years, you'll be prosperous and able to truly help people, while those who called you selfish will still be broke and bitter. Choose wisely. May you have the courage to protect what needs protecting. May you have the wisdom to give what should be given. May you plug the leaks in your vessel so that when abundance flows to you, it stays and multiplies. And may you become so wealthy that you become a blessing to everyone around you, not through giving away what you can't afford to lose, but through giving from genuine overflow. You are not meant to be poor. You are not meant to be drained. You are not meant to give everything away and have nothing left for yourself. You are meant to prosper. And prosperity begins the moment you stop giving away these 3 things. Go now. Protect your time. Protect your money. Protect your attention. And watch what the universe does in response. Shalom. May you guard your prosperity as fiercely as a lion guards its cubs. May you build wealth that lasts for generations. May you become proof that ancient wisdom still works in the modern world. It starts today, with protection, with boundaries, with wisdom, with you.